Sheila, and as you can see, I'm in my kitchen, and I have a challenge put out by Ron. He went to the Amish market. He chose 3 items from the Amish market that he wants me to duplicate, so I'm here to start. I am getting ready to do the meatball sub. Now, one of the things I noticed when we tasted the meatball sub, and you noticed Ron saying about it being sweet. First taste that I got, it reminded me of meatloaf. You know that barbecue-ish kind of sauce that you put on top of a meatloaf? It tasted like that. And when I did some research, and I believe that's how the Amish do their meatball subs. They use the meatballs in a sauce that's much like you put on top of a meatloaf. And that's why it was a little sweet, because it had some brown sugar in it. So that's what we're going to try, and we're going to see if I can duplicate or replicate what Ron tasted from the Amish market the other day. So let's get started. So as you can see, I've got my ingredients already measured out and in the order that I want to put them in our bowl. And you can see what we have. First we have 3 pounds of ground beef. And then we're using a whole can of evaporated milk. There's a cup of crushed saltines. Then you also have, I believe it was a cup of oatmeal. That's just a quick cooking oatmeal. 2 eggs and a half a cup of onion. And then we have our spices. We have salt and chili powder and garlic powder, pepper, and I believe that was all. But I'm going to put all the measurements exactly as they should, even if I got the oatmeal wrong. I believe it's a cup. It could be different. But I will put all those measurements and all the recipe in our description box. So let's get started in putting all these things together and see what we can do for the meatballs. Okay, there's the evaporated milk. And next, the saltines. I'm mixing all these ingredients together before I add them into my ground beef. I think it's a lot easier if you have all these ingredients together and then dump it into the ground beef to mash it up. There's the quick cooking oats. Our 2 eggs. A half a cup of chopped onion. Now I have my onions frozen. Every time I chop an onion, if I don't use the whole thing, I will put the rest in the freezer to use later, and it makes it so much easier. And then all of those spices. And I'm just going to whisk those together with a whisk. You can use a spoon or something, doesn't really matter. I just find it a little bit easier, especially since the eggs are in there. All right, folks, there's no better way to do this than to get down and dirty with the ground beef. So I'm going to roll my sleeves up, and then we're going to add that mixture I just put together of all the other ingredients and add it to the ground beef. And then we're just going to use our hands and get it all mashed in together. What I'm going to do, they want you to make 1.5-inch diameter balls, and I'm going to use my cookie scoop to make the balls. I've not done this before, but I think it should work. Let's try it. It's going to give us a consistent size meatball. I'm just going to scoop it out like that and still roll it a little bit, but it's going to give me a consistent size meatball. Okay, it's time to make the barbecue sauce to go on top of the meatloaf. So right now I have a bunch of ketchup in my bowl, and that is 2.5 cups worth of ketchup. So we need about 3/4 to 1 cup of brown sugar. Since Ron thought it was a little sweet, I'm going to add in 3/4 cup of sugar. All right, next we're going to add a little bit of seasoning. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of onion flakes. Chopped onion. You can actually use a regular chopped onion if you want, but I think for the sauce I'm just going to use the dried onion. So like I said, 2 teaspoons of that, and then 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and get that all incorporated together. You have it all ready. All right, let me give it a little taste. Oh, here he comes. Tastes pretty good, not too sweet. Let me see what he says.
It's pretty close to what it was.
Is it too sweet?
No.
Okay.
No.
It probably tastes better warmed up too, won't it?
Yeah.
I just want to put some of that sauce on every single little meatball so it doesn't dry out. So I'm using my pastry brush to do that. So our meatballs are covered with barbecue sauce. I'm going to put them into a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 40 to 45 minutes, uncovered. All right, the timer just went off and we're getting ready to get our meatballs out of the oven. They're smelling pretty good, and let's see what we have. Ooh, look at that, all fogged up. It's one thing about wearing glasses. You open the oven door, you get a fog. I think they might be done. They're looking pretty good. Now, I must confess, I might get some points taken off tonight on my meatball sub. I didn't do exactly like the Amish market did because they made their own fresh made buns. And I mean, I can make my own buns, but just didn't have time today. So we got some great substitutes. These are from the bakery at BJ's, some nice hoagie rolls. They're not as soft and pillowy as the ones Ron had, but they'll be good, but I expect a few points taken off of my score. All right, I've got meatballs in the sub, and they're warmed up, ready to go. All I'm going to do now is put some mozzarella cheese on top and get them in the oven so that'll melt the cheese. All right, let's get these in the oven and we will be ready for dinner shortly. All right, Ron, you ready to try?
Yeah, ready to try.
All right, this is our copycat meatball, Amish meatball sub.
Yeah, Amish meatball sub.
What do you remember about the last one?
It was sweeter than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before you begin now,
Yeah.
what would you give the Amish one out of 1 to 5? What would you give it?
I give it a 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You go back for more then, huh?
Yeah, I'll get it again.
You think you're going to go back for more with mine?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay. Let's see. All right, go ahead and try it. Be honest. You don't have to hurt.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about hurting my feelings if it's not good.
I give it a 5. It's right there with it.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Does it taste just like it or a little bit different?
Mm.
I told everybody I'd get points taken off because it's not a homemade roll.
Well, the roll is good anyway, even though it's store-bought.
Mm.
Meatball consistency is exactly the same.
Oh, yeah.
And the sweetness.
And the taste is
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, I did it, guys. All right, 1 for 1. Let's see what happens next.
Okay.
I think this is going to be my favorite that I do today out of the 3. The cinnamon sticks, the Amish cinnamon stick. It's really, really quick and easy. It sort of reminds you of an upscaled cinnamon toast with some cream cheese in the middle of it. So I got an 8-ounce package of cream cheese in here. It's at room temperature. I just chopped it up in little blocks, make it easier to mix up together. We're going to add in 1/2 cup of sugar to that. And 1 egg yolk. I separated 1 egg yolk, and that's going to help to bind the cream cheese and the sugar together. All right, here's what our cream cheese mixture looks like. It's nice and creamy. Let's see. That's going to go inside the cinnamon toast. Yum. Now we're going to prepare the bread, and it's easy as well. You're going to take regular old sandwich loaf bread right off the grocery store shelf. We're just going to stack our bread slices together and cut off the crust. So just flatten it out with a rolling pin. you don't have a rolling pin, you can use a glass tumbler. You can see it's rather thin now. Next step is we're going to take our cream cheese and put a dollop on the toast. I've seen it two different ways. The one at the Amish market, they had it all together. They put a big dollop in the middle. I think I'm going to do it that way. The other one I've seen is you just spread it out like mayonnaise. You know, just spread the whole thing. Cover the whole piece of bread with the cream cheese. And then you just roll them up. So we'll start there and just roll it, like try to keep it tight, just like you were doing a jelly roll. This is what it looked like at the Amish market. Just one dollop of cream cheese in the middle as opposed to a swirl going around with the bread. All right, the next step, we just have half a cup of sugar with 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And we're just going to swirl that together until it's all mixed up. So over here I have 3/4 of a cup of butter melted. That's 1 stick and 1/2 of butter. You need shallow dishes for this preparation because you're going to be rolling your cinnamon sticks in the butter and then the cinnamon. So you need something that you can work around. And so I've got my butter melted and my cinnamon ready to go. Let me show you how simple this is. Cinnamon roll, wrap in butter, soak in butter, and then into the cinnamon. Oh yeah, this is going to be good. I get a lot of that cinnamon sugar up on there. Oh yeah. Perfect, this is exactly what they look like. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to lay that seam side down onto a cookie tray, or baking sheet. And we'll do that until they're all done. Like I said, look how easy this was. Almost as easy as making cinnamon toast. And I guarantee it's going to taste better. All right, I want to keep rolling these up, and then we'll get them in the oven. All right, time for a cinnamon sticks update. I've got all my rolls made. I had to put them in the freezer for, I think it's about 15 minutes, just to get them hardened up a little bit before you put them in the oven. So they've been sitting in the freezer for 15 minutes, and show you what we're looking like now. Look at that. I think these are turning out fantastic. So we're going to put these in the 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes until they are nice and crisped up. And then we are going to have a treat after dinner tonight. These just came out of the oven. Can you hear them sizzling? They're looking good. Okay, you ready for your cinnamon sticks?
Yeah, ready to try that. The meatball sauce was right on, so I don't have any doubts this will be right on too.
Yeah. So this is something new to me. I've never seen a cinnamon sticks before, so I had to do a little research to figure out what it was, but it was really very simple treat to make.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, ready?
You want to show it to them first? There you go. What do you think about the look? Does it look like what you had?
It looks like, it may be a little smaller, but other than that, it looks the same. That's really good.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Does it compare to the other one you had from the Amish market?
It's right there with it.
Right there with it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give them a number. Which one, the Amish market? What you got?
I had to give 5 on both of them again.
You sure about that?
I'm sure about that. It's good, huh? Very good.
All right. Well, guys, you know what? We have one more treat to make, and it's too late tonight to do it.
Yeah, we'll get that some other time.
Yeah, the cherry pie. It's Ron's favorite dessert probably. I've never made it for him before because I'm not a pie maker. And so I don't think I'm going to get a 5 out of this one, but I'm going to try hard. And I want you to be honest. Pies aren't my thing, so...
preach it, don't lie.
Preach it, don't lie. Okay. All right, well, go enjoy your cinnamon sticks. There's, one thing about making your own cinnamon sticks, he bought 2 of them the other day for a couple dollars each, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I got a whole plate full of them over here. A whole sandwich loaf full of cinnamon sticks for way less than what you paid for them, right?
I'm a blessed man.
So he gets to eat more.
Oh, yeah.
All right.